Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We are the Obsolete Punks, and we are back here for another six pack. And tonight we are Lost Motel, Hood, Payton, and Timmy as always. But much, much more importantly, we are joined by guitarist and vocalist of the Montreal band Dutch Nuggets, Gab Millette. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh, of course, man. We're so stoked you reached out and shared your music with us, and that we were able to make this happen. Because hot damn, your band is really, really good, man.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Thanks for having me. I'm honored to be invited.
Hey, anytime, man. So anybody who's seen a six pack before kind of knows how this goes, but in case not, I'll give you a little rundown. Basically, we asked Gab to pick six songs from Dutch Nuggets, his band, and that he thinks represents the band, or some just songs he wants to show off to everybody. And we're gonna sit here and listen to him tonight, ask some questions, just hang out and chat. And in addition to that, we're also running a fundraiser as usual, or a charity fundraiser. And tonight we are raising funds for Breast Cancer Action in Quebec. So anybody who can give a little bit to that cause, we'd very much appreciate it. And we will have links in the videos everywhere this posts, and we'll leave it up for a while so you can keep donating anytime you see this video. Should we dive into song one, or do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and the band first, Gab?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
So everyone can hear that English is not my first language. So I always do this disclaimer before, but I'll do my best. So yeah, I'm Gab. It's the French equivalent for Gabe. So yeah, I play in Dutch Nuggets. I sing and I play guitar. And we've been playing since 2008, approximately. The core of the band, the three main guys are the same ones, and we just rotated a couple of drummers. But since 2019, we have the same drummer named François. Our bass player is PL, and our guitarist is Frank. So yeah, we have two full lengths under our belt, and we just released on April 4th of 2025 our second album called Fishbolt, and we're super proud of it. And we've been playing mainly local shows around Montreal since our inceptions. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Well, you should be proud because it's a ripper of a record for sure.
Thanks, man.
Actually, was making me curious though. You said you guys have been active since 2008, and I know your first album, right, was around like what 2012, 2013, somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So, was the band still active in those 10 years or so in between, or did you guys kind of have a little hiatus, or?
Yeah, no, we never really stopped playing or seeing each other. But yeah, it was definitely slower from 2017 to maybe approximately 2021, because we're a couple, me and PL had kids during that time. And yeah, we were tired of playing the same songs live, and we need some new material. But yeah, it was a hard one to write and to record. We took our time for that second album. So yeah, we definitely were more in the shadows during that period, but we never stopped jamming except maybe for a little bit during the pandemic. But yeah, that was quite a long period that we weren't really active in front of the crowd, you know.
Yeah. Did it feel good to be able to really take your time with this one, and
Yes,
or
maybe
is
a
it
little.
more frustrating?
Yeah, it depends who you ask in the band. Yeah, for me, I'm the kind of guy that likes to do the things right. I'm the perfectionist of the band, so I didn't really mind it too much. But some of the guys wanted maybe to make it a little faster. But yeah, that's how it ended up, and still we're super proud of the result. But yeah, definitely we took maybe a little bit too much our time for that second one. But
I mean, it happens that way, right? Like
yeah,
some things are out of your control sometimes when it comes to making music.
yeah, and at the same time, having too much control is not all that good either.
I guess yeah, I can go the other way pretty easily
Yeah.
too.
So yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it right, do it right. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
true.
my philosophy, you know.
Yeah, no matter how long it takes, that's a good way to do things.
Yeah, because once it's out, and you don't touch it back, and it's frozen in time that way. So
Yeah,
that's how I see it.
That's funny because on the channel we joke a lot about when we're giving our reviews of songs and stuff. We'll often say, "Oh, I wish they would have done so and so." We're like, "Well, yeah, obviously they can't like go back in time and change this song."
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah, 100% agree with you. My band's last album, I was very disappointed that we rushed through it as badly as we did and ended up with not a great product. And so I'm happy for you guys that it all worked out in the end.
Yeah,
you
thanks.
came out with an awesome piece of art like this.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we're super stoked, and maybe we won't do another full length right after this one. Maybe we'll think maybe of singles or EPs, something a less big amount of work. But yeah, it's done, and we're super proud of it. So.
Well, it seems like a perfect segue to go into track 1 here. This is Fishbones off the new album. Oh, sorry.
Wait,
yes,
real
Tim,
quick before we
yes.
jump into track 1, I want to touch back on the, if you don't mind, on the charity that we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
Breast Cancer Action Quebec. Can you kind of give us just like a little insight of why this is important to you, if you don't mind sharing that?
Yeah, of course. When you asked me for what kind of charity I wanted, I already knew that I wanted something that has to do with breast cancer, because my mother-in-law last year received a diagnostic of a pretty aggressive form of breast cancer, and she's had a really rough year, and it's impacted all of the family. And they gave her the full the bigger treatment and everything, so it was a really hard time, but that's why it's so important to me and my partner, because her mother went through it. But since a couple of weeks we learned that she was cancer free, actually. So
nice.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah,
fantastic.
So,
I've been through that as well. My mom had breast cancer. She fought it. She got through it. So I was really happy that this is kind of what you wanted to go with. So
yeah, exactly. And I didn't know exactly which charity to pick, but when you told me that there was a link to Breast Cancer Action Quebec, I just researched it a bit, and I was really I really like what they do. They have that kind of activism too. They just don't take funds for research and everything. They do a lot with the education, and they're a feminist health group that just try to educate people with the environmental causes.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
And my partner is really into those kinds of things too. So I think it just meshed well. Everything seemed perfect for that charity. So thanks a lot for giving us the opportunity to just use a foundation like that. I think it's a great initiative and really like it.
Yeah, of course. Everybody, like we said earlier, the links are going to be everywhere. If you can, donate. Breast Cancer Action Quebec. Fantastic.
Thank you very much.
That's great. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate the side there, bringing that up. That's awesome. Gab, so happy to hear that news for you and your family. I'm still sending all kinds of positive vibes out to you guys.
Absolutely.
Awesome. All right, here we go. Track 1, Fishbones.
Fight my way up against the tide. All out I've wasted, all those resources. This thing's
Yeah. Oh, Dan. So, Gab, is there anything you'd like to fill us in on this song? Any, the idea behind it, how it came about?
It was one of the first songs that we did for that album, like in the early years after our first record. So maybe like 2014, 2015.
Wow.
It's one of the earliest ideas that we had, and we wanted something that, I don't know, to us that intro sounds a bit RKL-y, RKL, and yeah, it was kind of different at the beginning. The intro was longer. There was some sort of hi-hat and different random punches. We really tried to, with this album, not to do something too linear, too how can I say, normal, have a bit more of out of left fields ideas. This one, not too much, but yeah, we wanted to experiment a little bit with this one. There's a lot of bass riffs and vocal harmonies. That's the kind of elements that we really like to put up front in the songs, and I think this one represents a lot of those ideas. Yeah, you can hear also the other guitar player, Frank, who screams a lot in the band in the choruses. That bridge where you get that kind of echo in the middle of the bridge, and just the bass part. Originally, it was twice as short, but we listened to the demo a lot, and man, something is missing there. And that's one of the latest addition to that song was, no, we gotta just stretch it out a bit more, let it breathe. And the song is about writer's block, ironically enough. When you're constantly trying to come up with something and you're stuck. In a nutshell, that's what the song's about. And the whole album is more or less about being stuck somewhere. So it fit the theme of the album. So this one is being stuck with your ideas or having no ideas. But yeah, they all play into that concept thing that we wanted for Fishbowl, which is being stuck in certain situations or somewhere. So yeah,
love it. That's awesome. I always love when an album's got a little bit of a concept behind it.
It's all thought of.
Yeah, nice little through line through everything. That's always awesome. And it's funny you mentioned just tweaking that one little thing. It's funny when you write a song, you can just add something so little and it changes the whole dynamic of a song, right? Like the way it hits your ears.
Exactly.
That's fine. I'm glad you mentioned who was doing the screams too, because I was absolutely going to point those out. The screams are phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Frank is a real beast, and he's the one that's more capable of in the band to just scream like that. So his input is always appreciated. Yeah, really.
Real quick, who plays bass in the band?
It's a PL.
Tell them I love them. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I love it.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking great bass player, and he and Frank are also both doing backup vocals. So that's one of our I don't know how to say that, but we really like those three part vocal harmonies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So live, it's a fun thing to just constantly throw lines in.
And that was an awesome guitar solo too.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Was that you on the guitar solo? Yeah. That was awesome. That was
ripping, dude. I like the way the tone changed too on it. The guitar tone was a little different in that last part.
Yeah, that's the wah-wah pedal does wonders. hides the wrong notes.
It makes them sound better.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, speaking of the musicianship on this song, I mean, you guys are from the little bit that I've heard, this album and everything. I mean, you guys are killer musicians. You guys are really like masterful at this technical skate punk thing, or like I call it the herky jerky punk. A lot of starts and stops, and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's a Canadian thing, Lofty. It's a Canadian thing.
It is totally. I know, dude. That's I'm curious.
Yeah.
Was that really intentional going in when you guys started the band? It was like, this is the kind of band we're going to do, or did it just come about naturally because of who you were influenced by?
There's nothing natural in our band.
It's all formulated.
Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, when we started the band, there didn't seem to have that much bands doing that style going on. Around 2008, at least from our perspective. And when I started listening to punk rock, at the beginning of high school. It was like in 2000, 2001. All those herky jerky bands, like you mentioned, the OGs of the punk scene or the Canadian scene seems to they seem to have already disappeared. You know, it's like an era from the mid 90s and 2000s. They kind of switched styles. So when we formed that band, we wanted to reproduce that kind of sound that we think was missing from the scene at that time.
Nice.
Even Belvedere had split up in 2005. I was at their last show in Montreal before when they split. So yeah, we were like, man, there's no band that does that kind of sound, you know. So yeah, we went all in for this stop and go kind of music.
That's awesome. In 2008, you guys kind of were a little bit early on it, like you said. So that makes me even more curious. Like, who were your big influences?
That was definitely Belvedere at that time.
Yeah.
A bit of Choke, Belvedere. Those, actually those Canadian bands that did it a bit earlier. So yeah, that was our main influences.
I was going to say Mute comes to mind a little bit.
Yeah,
for
Mute
me
too.
when I hear you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely another influence. So yeah, these kinds of bands were rare around 2008. It seemed. So we wanted to make our place in that style.
So then, outside of scene influences, what were your guys' musical backgrounds like coming up? Like, are you all self-taught? Did you guys come up with some kind of musical background, or?
No, I think we all started playing guitar and bass in high school. In 2008 we were in Cégep, which is kind of college for you guys, and we didn't have. We weren't masterful of our instruments before that. You know, we just learned playing Millencolin, Cigar, Lagwagon, those kind of bands. And our bassist didn't even play bass before joining the band. He was only playing a little bit of acoustic guitar, and we needed a bass player, so we taught him, and he taught himself. And
he clearly just ran with it.
Yeah, really. No, we're pretty hard workers in that sense. And you know, winters are long here, so we don't have much to do outside. So you play your instrument
hole up in a room and play your instrument and get good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing to hear. Well, I think that's a great way to go into the second track here. This is Discordant off the same album, Fishbold.
You
Yeah, I was gonna say, Gab, your songs fucking fly by, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, it's good.
Dude, there was
Thanks, man.
so many just fucking fantastic little switch ups going on in that song as far as like timing and just rhythms. Oh,
Nice.
yeah, yeah.
There's some sweet little fake outs in there too, where it's like in a lot of songs you've heard before, you'd be like, oh, it's about to kick off, and then it kind of doesn't, and it goes in
Yeah.
another direction, and then it kicks off. Like,
Yeah, we tried to switch things up a little bit with this one, but at the same time, it's one of the most straightforward on the album. I think it was exactly the first one that we wrote after our first album, so it has more of that classic skate punk influence with the forbidden beat during longer parts, and yeah, this one it's a hard one to play live, but it's one of our favorites just because of exactly those little switch ups everywhere. And yeah, there are complicated parts, but yeah, the choruses are inspired by Slick Shoes. I don't know if you guys listen
oh
to.
yeah,
Yeah, those kinds of melodies and even the guitar riffs. It reminded us of Slick Shoes for whatever reason. And yeah, what can I say? Oh yeah, shout out to our drummer for coming up with that Latin groove in the bridge. There's just a little Latin groove with the right cymbal in there.
yeah.
It wasn't intended because uh, all the album we recorded it ourselves in this basement here, and we took our time with it, so we could do a couple of sessions just doing the drums. But the way the album was written, the demo was really almost at on its final form, the final form of the song. But when we recorded, we always thought of different ways to do things, so we took our time even there. So our drummer didn't exactly know what he was going to play when he came here and to record it, and I was always pitching ideas. He was pitching ideas. So a lot of things, subtle things, changed during the demo process and the actual recording of the song. That Latin groove was one of the findings of the day from our drummer. Little things like switching up from a hi-hat to a right cymbal in the intro. It reminded him of a strung out. So we always pumped ourselves during the recording of the albums. Just we found things on the spot, and that's how it came out. So it's really rewarding to find something last minute like that, but it could be frustrating too because you never know, and that's why it took so long to do. But at the end, the very very last idea we had, we recorded it, and that's what made the album special for us.
No,
Well, I
that's
think it's a
always
direct,
awesome
yeah.
when you can do things like that and you go back, you have this idea of the song and then you go back, you play it, you record it, you listen to it, and you're like, maybe we could do a little something more here. Maybe we could do a
Yeah,
little something more there and just change it up, come up with 5, 6 different ideas and
yeah.
just piece it together. Yeah.
I think that's one of the first tracks we recorded for the album, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, my partner was pregnant with our first child in like 2017, and the album came out in 2025. So just to give you an idea of the span that we took to record it. But yeah,
Took
and
just a little while.
yeah, exactly. And at that time, we didn't have a drummer, so we were in between drummers. So we still recorded it like it was a demo or the final song. We didn't know, but we used what we recorded for that demo. But things changed in between, and we had to constantly readjust things, and that's what. So when I say nothing is natural in the band, some bands will say, "Oh, only songs that took 30 minutes to come up with are the best one," but definitely it's not our case. Replace it by 30 months or at least.
It's tougher when you're writing technical music, right? Those like 30-minute bangers don't just fall out the same way they do with
No,
other
exactly.
bands. Yeah.
And I think we're not, at least I'm speaking for myself, I'm not sufficiently proficient, or I don't know anything about music theory. I just go by ear, by listening to other bands and just getting inspired. So it takes a lot of time to just sculpt something like that. So yeah, nothing is really on the spot. It's all thought of multiple times, but that's how it came out, and still we're super proud. But I don't know if I we could come up with an album like that on the fly, or just practicing all together. Sometimes we just have to think of it outside of the band and bring it, then change a lot of things, and that's how it works.
It works out well.
Very much so.
That's all I know.
Thanks.
It's gotta be hard to transition to live though sometimes, isn't it?
Yes, but we managed to do it. But that's one of the funny things, we rehearse it the best we can before recording it. But once we record it, it's all different. So we have to learn it again the right way. So that's one of the challenges for sure. But yeah, we're still trying to learn a couple of songs on the last album, to perfect it. But yeah, it's coming along.
Again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for reaching out, because I had never heard of you guys until you did reach out, and your music has definitely given me some motivation throughout my workday. So I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, thanks, Baden, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But the one thing I wanted to mention was when Timmy first mentioned that you reached out to us, he's like, yeah, this band Dutch Nuggets, and again, I'm a pothead, so my mind went straight to cigars, which is funny you mentioned cigar being an influence, but I'm like, isn't that a cigar? And I'm like, no, I'm thinking Dutch Masters and Tampa Nuggets. But anyway, who came up with that name, and where did it come from?
I think I did, but that's funny because I never smoked a joint in my life. I didn't even know that it was a reference to marijuana. Honestly, it took a couple of years before I got to know what it meant, or at least to us, how did it came? I think I stumbled upon just a picture of a Dutch psychedelic rock compilation that was called Dutch Nuggets, as in songs from the 60s that were psychedelic and Dutch.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's just the sound of it. To me, it sounded like a kind of a 90s fun skate punk band from on Fat Records. It has the same number of syllables as a Good Riddance, Lagwagon, Dutch Nuggets.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's purely aesthetic.
That's awesome.
And
That's cool.
We didn't find anything
rad.
better than that, so we kept it, and yeah.
Well, good choice. I like it. Pothead approved.
Thanks. Yeah, cool.
All right, so we see if track 3 here has any Dutch psychedelic influence on it or not.
Maybe.
Okay. All right, here we go. Track 3, Dead Tired.
Wake up, walk in circles, space up and down from dusk till dawn. Turn the lights up, turn out, slow down, stress out, to just the moment the sun will rise.
That was definitely one I watched the music video for when I was checking these out. I love that music video. It's so like simple and effective the way you guys shot it. Man, it's great.
Thanks. Yeah, we didn't want to complicate it too much.
Yeah, no, it's just really well done. I like the way you guys are all, everybody's coming to the forefront. Yeah, every time somebody's singing a line or screaming or whatever.
Yeah, it was a fun, long night of shooting.
Is that the basement studio where you guys recorded the album?
No, it's where we rehearse.
Oh, rehearse. Okay.
Yeah. we used to rehearse in this place, but since I have had my second kid, the wife kicked us out.
Nah,
That's
for,
understandable.
for good reasons. But yeah, this one it's an odd one. It's short. The structure is all fucked. It's weird, but that's what we were going for. It's funny because that's the first single we released for Fishbowl after like 12 years of no one heard of us. We thought it was funny just to throw that one because it's so different from what we did on the first album. You know, there's like it's like our first single, but there's no chorus. There's nothing is really repeating in it. So yeah, it's definitely have fun with this one. Yeah, there are a couple of things like yeah, the bridge is definitely inspired by No Means No. In the last couple of years, I was really getting into No Means No, especially the album Wrong, like everyone. I don't know if you've heard of that Canadian band, but it's one of the OGs.
I know of them, and I'm not as familiar as I should be because I know they're a massive influence on Propaganda, who is my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. I should be like, oh, my favorite band's favorite band. I should probably check them out more.
Yeah, that's fun because at that time I was really not getting bored, but you know, after hearing so much skate punk, it's hard to find inspiration in the exact sound that you want to play. Sometimes you just want to go a bit deeper or switch things up just to get inspired, and that was definitely one of the bands that inspired to just experiment on that album. And yeah, they're considered like jazz punk because their drummer is a jazz drummer. He plays everything with the traditional grip. I don't love everything No Means No did, but it's definitely just interesting to listen to what they do. But if you haven't heard of them, you definitely have to listen to Wrong. It's that album with like a cow face, cow head on the cover, and yeah, it's really a kick-ass album. And I think the bridge from Dead Tired was definitely inspired by those kind of noodly, funky guitars in there. There's a lot of funk too, a lot of jazz. So yeah, that's one was inspired by that.
I'm going to show my
And
ignorance here a little bit, but they're a two-piece, right?
they were for a bit. They started out as a two-piece, the two brothers, Henson brothers, and then they had a guitar player. He left. They released an album as a two-piece again, and then another guitar player came. But yeah, it's those guys are virtuosos, and
Nice.
that's funny because they started playing. They were like in their 30s, I think, or one of them was in their 30s, so they had that reputation of looking like grandpas. Yeah, that's the running gag with them. Why are they so fucking old?
And now everybody in the punk scene's old.
Yeah, but they were the pioneers.
Yeah.
And yeah, so yeah, definitely go check No Means No if you haven't. And yeah, we snuck a little Fight Club sample in the beginning during that intro. That guitar, you can hear some voices, but not clearly. That was intentional. We just wanted to sparkle the album with little pieces and yeah, things hidden. There's also a French Québécois swear words also in the song. When the bridge kicks in and guitars are like all fucking up, you can hear tabarnak, which is like the biggest swear word here in Quebec. But yeah, it's hard to you won't find it in the lyrics.
Speaking of that, does fou le camp, does that mean fuck off?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
really polite though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't want to use that one then.
No. Food
The
camp.
nice version.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off is definitely worse. And yeah, also at the ending, you know, the dead. We wanted to feel like you were attacked by, you know, some kind of schizophrenic kind of attack, you know.
Yeah.
And it was definitely inspired by the song "Pigworm" by Friends of Rome. If you haven't heard, it's on Hivis IT, I think. Yeah, so yeah, it stuck with us, and we wanted to make our little homage to that song.
So I've had the opportunity over the last couple of weeks to kind of familiarize myself fairly extensively with both of your album releases, and there is a noticeable difference in tone and sound to them. The first album, it definitely focuses more on that skate punk sound with it, and then with your latest release here, it introduces that more melodic hardcore element to it as well. Can you kind of go over the evolution of that progression there, of that switch over, and why you guys decided to kind of go that direction? What ideas you bounced off of each other?
Yeah, well, when we did the first album, like we mentioned, there didn't seem to have much bands that sounded like that in Quebec around 2008. It seemed like people had gone to play indie or like new wave or even some kind of emo. So we were really, really into that skate punk sound. And when we came to mix it, I wrote an email to Steve from Belvedere to ask him, do you know anyone who can mix that kind of music? Because we didn't want to deal with someone that didn't know that genre. We really wanted the sound with the fat kick drum and the snappy snare and everything. So we leaned into that sound 200%. But since 2008, and when we were starting to write that album after the first one, like in 2014, 2016, 15, 16, there seemed to have a lot more bands that were leaning into that sound too. And I don't know for the other guys, but for me, I grew a bit tired of just that style, and I wanted to branch off and not quit the skate punk sound altogether, but I didn't want to make another carbon copy of just be another skate punk band. Maybe that's what we ended up with, but in our eyes, we didn't want that super compressed sample kick drums. We just didn't want to do another run-of-the-mill skate punk album,
Yeah.
So
I mean, you can still definitely tell that skate punk sound is there, but it's definitely glittered with that hardcore element to it.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It adds a nice touch to it.
Thanks. And to us, that just those little differences and those little parts with more experimental, out of left field touch were enough to just say that we were happy with, again, the music we were making. It's still skate punk, but it's a bit more hardcore. It's a bit more technical, I guess.
Yeah,
prog.
it definitely is, for sure.
Prog. And speaking of prog, the next song, at least the intro, will you'll see what we mean by prog. But it's just disconnected feel. But that's pretty much it. It's just being tired of hearing the same thing, and we didn't want to make a skate punk album for doing a skate punk album. We could have made another Nervous Wreck, but I think I wouldn't have been as motivated. So it kept the motivation going all those years, just wishing to do something a little different.
So growing up in Winnipeg, the music scene and punk specifically, it is quite extensive. And I think when we had Death Cassette on, they kind of explained their reasoning for it, because Winnipeg is so isolated from any other major city center there. It's 5 hours away from Minneapolis, and then you're like, after that, it's 10, 12, 14 hours away from any other center. So it's almost like they had to create their own scene within that geographic region. So where you guys are located, what's that local scene like?
It was once filled with skate punk bands, but more like like I said, in the 90s. But when we started, was more like orgcore, like that kind of acoustic punk. And I think that's what's more prevalent at the moment. In Montreal, there's not many skate punk bands. Those come more from Quebec, I think. Quebec is more hardcore skate punk. We have a couple ones in Montreal, but it's more diverse, I think, which reflects the fact that the city is so big and multicultural, which is a good thing. But it's really varied.
Well, you mentioning some prog influence has got me super interested in track 4 here. So if everybody's ready, I'd like to go ahead and dive in. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never been that plagued by so much doubt. And when these messing dates is deeper in my guts, like a poison blade, a gentle out. I'm a fraud, a fashion to obey. The sensitive tide that they put you in dark cloud. Sound by someone one for
Stack everything is compromised by the toxic imprint of your daily crime. How far can you put your thumbs up and do your right?
brace yourself for what's still coming.
Precious, you're treaded far away.
Step up for good.
The standard is way up above our heads. Still they beat us down so we keep the faith. How hard should you plug in that hard before you rap? Heart falling pieces.
I tell you what, Gab, it is mind blowing to me that you're saying you guys don't have any music theory background in this band. It's absolutely
actually-
blowing me away.
Thanks. Actually, our drummer has some music theory, but yeah, that's the only one.
That's
No,
amazing.
our guitarist, our guitar player studied, I think, a little bit in high school, but you know, it's been a long time.
Yeah, but then applying it to punk music.
Yeah.
is-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a different beast.
it's a different thing.
That
for sure.
totally is.
There's
Yeah.
just some good chunky chuggy timing going on with things in there. That just makes me think that you guys actually do know music theory a lot better than what you're letting us know
Yeah,
about.
you're fucking lying, Gab.
I think you're you're a liar.
We're compensating for what we don't know with time, just to learn on the spot. You know.
It's
Just make
more
it
than
as-
impressive, man. Like it's technically sound. Like it's There's not many other bands out there that I don't think that can play with that precision. That's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah, that was definitely one of the not the points we wanted to make, but you know, we wanted the songs to be unique, even if it's fucked up and only us can understand certain parts in it. We wanted to make it ours, so that not another song will sound exactly like that. You know, it's pretty niche, a niche category of punk. Not everyone that likes punk likes what we do, but you know, we're proud of just our little spot on the. And there are far worse, not worse, but far more technical bands out there that do it. You know, this one, Choke, definitely inspired us for those kind of stop and goes in the intro. Yeah, but the point is just whatever it sounds like, it's ours. So that's what we wanted to make with it. Yeah, that's what motivates us, or like we're super pumped when we it's like landing a move on a skateboard, you know, and you land that part that everyone comes together at the same time at the same stop or the same jump. We're like, oh, and yeah, that's what keeps us pumped, you know.
That's a great way of looking at it. You do it for yourself first, so
Yeah.
that you can do it for everybody else.
Exactly. And we set the bar pretty high for ourselves, but the reward is bigger.
One of the things I'm loving about like since discovering you guys, listening to you, I can hear a lot of skate punk going on, but also I hear like a lot of influences that I can really pick up on, like you were talking about cigars, stuff like that, just those
Yeah.
tight technical changes that go on. But at the same time, you guys are just so uniquely Dutch Nuggets to me. I
Thanks.
can hear the influence, but I also hear just so much originality. So
Thanks, man.
it's rad.
Mission succeeded.
Yes.
Mhm.
Keep it going.
Yeah, no, that when we spoke about the prog, just the intro and the change in timings, it was a nightmare to, we recorded to a click, and to record to a click, you have to have a track with you program what the timings will be. So a nightmare in editing and just programming where the jump will be in the grid, that was the hard one, the hardest on the album, I think, because of that long intro. And we have like, I don't know, 20 different tempos in that song. Just maybe sometimes it's just a little part, just a jump, but we have to program it all. So nothing is left, it's all calculated. But we had a hard time because that one was really faster when we recorded it originally. And once I heard I listened to it a lot, and I was like, oh man, we lose all the feeling in that one. It's just too fast. And I had to go back and just edit section by section, just stretch it a bit. And it was really a pain in the ass, that one. But it ended up my favorite on the album just because it's so different from run-of-the-mill classic skate punk album,
It was worth it in the end, by far.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hope you feel that way about it.
Yeah. No, after all this time, I'm super proud of this one. My focus was to be, and like the other guys, but since I produced it and I recorded it most of the album, I just wanted to be happy with the result, and the guys were too. It was a lot of hard work. And again, in that song, No Means No, as an influence, especially that kind of tribal beat when everything goes down and you hear the that's definitely a No Means No kind of vibe.
I definitely hear some Belvedere there in that part. That's kind of where my ear was going with it. But yeah, now I got to check out No Means No.
Yeah. But
I've already
maybe
downloaded
maybe I'm wrong about it. But that's what it sounded to me. Yeah, this one is weird too because there's just only one chorus. We call it the chorus, but there seems to be only one of them. So that's another particularity of this song, which we like. It's not redundant. I forgot to mention too, but Fishbowl, we recorded it all ourselves, but it was mixed by Chris Fogel, the singer and guitar player of the Gametes, which is a band from Colorado too. And now he lives in Switzerland. So we talked with him on the internet, sent him the tracks, and he did really a great job doing it. We're really happy with the result, and he was a super friendly guy too. So it's funny because I really like the Gametes, and it's one of my idols. So just being able to have him put his input on the album is also a great feature.
And they're back with a new album after a very long time, right?
I think it's just a song, if I'm not mistaken.
Just a song. Okay, maybe not a full album. I remember hearing the name came back again. I was like, man, I haven't thought about that name in a long time.
Yeah, I think they just released the Flexi, just that one song on those kind of soft vinyls. But it's a great song. In the Red, I think, about the elections and everything.
Oh, yay. We love all that here in America. having a good old time with that here.
I don't want to go get too politic, but
That's okay. We don't have to.
We're watching you.
You guys coming to the U.S. anytime
You should
soon?
be.
We totally are.
Somebody please come set us straight.
So that's about it. And 12 Clubs, it's about just being chained, trapped in a 9-to-5, kind of job, and depending on work to just getting by and being able to live a comfortable life. So that's the kind of reflection on the capitalism and being chained to work.
So if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for your 9-to-5?
I'm a 2D animator.
Awesome.
So I work on cartoons.
Wicked.
Man, all kinds of creative outlets in your life. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Anything you might have seen or heard of?
Maybe. I've worked on the Disney Plus series a couple of jobs ago. It was The Ghost and Molly McGee. It's on Disney
wow.
Plus, and yeah, it's one of the better looking shows that I worked on. But yeah,
That's
done
cool.
a lot of other things, but maybe a lot less popular.
I can draw stick figures. That's about it.
That's okay, as long as you can animate them afterwards.
I'm going to jump in here with a couple of questions. Well, maybe a couple of questions. We might go down a rabbit hole here. So,
Yeah.
as you've kind of brought up, your first language is French.
Yeah.
But when I listen to you guys, you sound very clear in English. Do you guys write any songs with French lyrics?
No.
Not at all.
No.
So I was kind of wondering about that. Why bands decide when it's your secondary language, why you decide to go down that route?
Yeah, that's a loaded question because here in Quebec, we're proud of the French and everything, and that all that stems from the fact that all the bands that we listened to and that we really liked were doing it in English. So it's more of an aesthetic reason more than making a point or anything. It all has to do with I want that finished product to sound like that. It's just to imitate our idols. Maybe one day we'll have we have a song in French on our first album, but yeah, no, it's only just because the way it sounds, and there's also a way of masking. When you're speaking another language, you have that barrier that you don't say everything exactly like you want to say them. That's ironic, but it's less. I'm less shy about singing in English because it's like a persona or just someone else that kind of does it. I think that if I sang what I really wanted to sing in French, which I don't know if I can do, it would be too personal. That's kind of a way of shielding yourself, protecting your. I don't know, but yeah,
That makes a lot of
That
sense.
makes
Yeah,
sense. That does.
Oh.
absolutely.
yeah,
So you guys play a lot around Quebec area, Montreal, stuff like that, right? When you're out there and you're playing live shows, do you usually talk to the crowd in French or do you talk to them in English?
no. We talk to them in French.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, except if the crowd is in English, but no, in Quebec we talk in French in between.
Yeah, that was kind of another thing I was wondering if like you ever made it out to like Vancouver or something like that. Are you going to do it in French or are you going to do it in English?
Yeah, but we when we came in the US 10 years ago, we played, like I said, Peyton wasn't there, but we played the 3 shows in Florida, and
I'm
in
kicking
between the
myself
songs
in
we
the
were
ass.
obviously what?
I said I'm kicking myself in the ass.
Oh yeah, that was 10 years ago. So.
I should have been there.
But we spoke in English the best we could to people, and the second night in St. Petersburg, Garrett, the owner of Bird Attack, the one that flew us there, he told us, yeah, in between songs, start speaking in French, just to see. And yeah, that was funny. People threw beer bottles at us.
Welcome to Florida, man.
Yeah. No, it was a kick-ass show. We had a lot of fun, and even though people were throwing bottles, we took it the right way. It was fun. It was punk. But,
Still apologize for Americans. We fucking suck, man.
No.
Especially Floridians.
Oh no, that was really a memorable little tour that we did, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, no, that's the only time that we spoke to an English crowd in French, and vice versa. The rest of the time we speak in French in between songs, and it's not weird. A lot of bands do it in Quebec where they have sets in English, and it would be weird. The people who do it the other way around, not the other way around, the francophone bands that sing in English and speak in English in between sets are kind of frowned upon. It makes you think like you're bigger than you really are. En français, in French, we say péter plus haut que le trou, fart higher than the hole. It's just a way of thinking that you're better than someone else.
Wait, can you repeat the English translation again real quick? I don't know if I caught it.
Fart higher than the hole.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
As in that's your asshole, and you're farting here instead.
that is fantastic. I love that.
Yeah.
All right, now we're in this rabbit hole. Teach us like 2 or 3 French swear words.
Okay, yeah. Well, the king of swear words in French is tabarnak. Tabarnak.
Tabac.
Tabac match.
Yeah, nak.
Neck.
Neck.
Like neck.
Gotcha.
Tabarnak. This one is really the king of swear words, and it's the one that when you hit your little toe on the chair or something, you'll shout it as loud as possible, and will free more endorphins or something, and it's less painful with a good tabarnak place in between.
So it's kind of like shit here. Shit.
It's more like fuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
because that's what I scream whenever I do something like that.
Yeah, that's the Quebec version of fuck. It's the tabarnak.
Tabac match.
Yeah. Also,
I'm gonna use that
there's
tomorrow when I stub my toe.
good. Yeah, there's also the esti. Esti is kind of the softer one. You can conjugate it. You can use it as a verb, as a noun. All the swear words in Quebec are interchangeable, but this one is like a really softer version. So it's a esti.
I'm gonna teach that one to my kids so when they go to school on Monday. I'll be like, tell your teacher.
And then you just be like, no, it's okay. It's the softer one. It's the softer version.
I don't
Yeah,
even know what you're talking about.
It's like
Yeah.
damn. It's like damn.
Fulcan is for everyday common people.
Yeah.
And yeah, one in between could be a Chris, as in Christ.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fun fact: all our biggest swear words are derived from the church. So tabarnak is a tabernacle, Chris is Christ, and hostie is that kind of bread, host, I think, as in when the
Oh yeah, the communion wafer. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and that comes from the Quiet Revolution in the '60s, I think, is when people were fed up with church and they started using blasphemy as a way to rebel against it. So separation of church and state and that kind of stuff. So that's why here in Quebec, those are our swear words. They all derive from church.
Y'all are doing it right.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So those are the three main ones.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That's always fun.
No problem.
Well, track 5, guys.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Not a straight
Absolutely.
line off of Dutch Nuggets' first album, sung in English, apparently.
Contradictions that keep pulling my attention to the floor. Think I found the reason why nobody seems to get on with their life. Once they start looking back, losing and failing to reframe my thinking. With only 3 lines I try to hide. There's no way I can walk alone. I had those best illusions and contradictions that keep pulling my obsessions to the floor. That tape is old and broken, and it's not worth thinking to it anymore. I can't remember a time that didn't get stained. I can picture a moment, it's never ending. Open my eyes, saw you different.
could actually drum along a little bit with that one.
Not only was that quite an intro to an album opener, but as like a first song someone's introduced to as the Dutch Nuggets, like that's absolutely fucking killer.
Nice,
That song ripped all the way through, man. Phenomenal.
Yeah, that's one of the first songs that we wrote as a band, or at least that I brought from my previous band before, which we never recorded anything, we never did any shows. It was like a fun band just to play in. And when that band broke, and I met Frank, our other guitar player and screamer in chief, that's the first song I brought, and yeah, we wrote it. And yeah, that's like if you were starting a band and you wanted to make the perfect skate punk song. If you had one shot at making a song, that's our version of it. If we had one skate punk song, that's what we would want to come up with. And yeah, that's the first one we wrote. Yeah, it's like one of our classics live. Even if we try to put more focus on the second album, this one is always one of the first, the opener or the closer of our sets. But yeah, it's one of the classics that we always put on a show. And yeah, in the middle we can hear and we see his face, Frank screaming at the top of his lungs in the bridge. And live he does it too. And one of the reasons that we play it more at the beginning of the set, more than the latter half, is the fact that he has no air at the end of that part, and he almost faints every time we play. So he prefers to play it at the beginning of sets because he's like, no man, I'm gonna pass out if we close with this one. And we just told him, you don't have to do the scream all the way through. You can just do half. And he's like, no, it's on the record. I gotta do it the same way.
You guys could totally have like a James Brown moment on stage, just have him pretend like he's going back, and somebody catches him and he pops right back up and he's going again. Like, can't stop Frank.
Yeah. So he's really dedicated, and also I forgot to mention, but shout out to him and his partner. They just welcomed the newborn, not yesterday, the day before.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
nice.
Awesome.
Congrats.
Cheers! Love that.
Little baby. So yeah, congrats to him.
Yeah, congrats.
And what else? Yeah, it was the album. Our first album, Nervous Wreck, was mixed by Riccardo Passini, named surname Passo. And yeah, that's when I wrote to Steve from Belvedere to know if he knew someone who could mix that kind of punk. He referred us to Passo, which is in Italy. And he also mixed Action Man that were on the Japan label. I forgot, Bells on Records. It was a record label popular more in the 2010s, around that time. And he also did This Is a Standoff, Steve's other band after Belvedere. And that's why he recommended Passo to us, because he did a great job on those albums, and we're super proud. But, every time I listen to it, I hear the classic skate punk sound with the loud kick drum and everything. So I'm still super happy with it. We kind of did what we did with this album. We took our time. It was all recorded by us. It was all edited by us, and we just shipped the album. But most of it was produced by us and recorded. So a lot of DIY in our ethics.
Just real quick before we get into community questions, I'm a huge vinyl nerd, so I'm curious. This Nervous Wreck did not get a press before this latest press on Thousand Island, right? So how's that feel to have this on vinyl after all these years, over a decade, right?
Yeah, it's great because not that I'm a vinyl nerd too, but most of the music that I buy it on vinyl too. Just I really like it, and yeah, it was really fun to have it on vinyl too. When we signed the contract with Thousand Islands for our second album, they say, you guys never had a pressing of the first one, so they offered it to us, and we couldn't say no. So we had it remastered for the vinyl, because you could technically do it with the original master, but if you want to go all the way, you have a proper remaster. So yeah, we had it all done, and yeah, we're super happy with it. And both albums too, one of the important points that we wanted to, not to make, but we really wanted to have it made with recycled vinyl. So and since Frank in the band is really he studied in environmental geology, I think. But yeah, he's really pro environment, and we're all conscious about it in the band. So it was a natural decision to just go with recycled vinyl for the whole thing. So both albums are made with the leftovers. You know, when they do the vinyls, they always scrape the outer part of the vinyl just to make it round, and they mix it by batch. So everything that's kind of yellow or orange, they put it in the same bin, red and everything. So you never know what color you're gonna get. So that was
cool. They call it eco mix, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the only frustrating thing, or the only drawback we had with that was that I'm really into design and everything, so I really want to control every part of the process. But yeah, sometimes you have to let go, and that's the only time. But honestly, we're super happy with the result, and they sound great. They look great too.
So Tim, did chat come through for us?
Oh, they sure did.
Alrighty.
You ready, Gab?
Yeah.
We got a couple of questions for you here. I really like this one, so I'm going to start with this. So basically, when you're writing lyrics, this comes from Purgator's, by the way. Writing lyrics, do you ever look through a thesaurus to try to find new words?
Yeah. Since English is not my first language, I was trying to not be too blunt about what I'm trying to say. So obviously, I'm trying to look at other ways of saying certain words or certain type of sentences. But again, you know, since it's art, I don't beat myself too much. If something is a bit weird, it's said in a way that it's not formal, but you know, a native English speaker would not say that kind of sentence talking to a colleague or someone in the street. But yeah, it's okay if it's sung in a certain way. I think it was Belvedere on their forum back in the days. I wrote someone was complaining about the fact that lyrics were complicated and they didn't understand what they meant. And Jason, the bassist, who wrote I think most of the songs, he responded that yeah, you don't have to be blunt to sing about certain things. You can take detours and everything, but that's what makes also a song unique, is you can after that interpret. Well, all that to say that yes, I look at the thesaurus.
Nice. Definitely good for building vocabulary and coming up with like different ways of saying things.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let's see, Mr. Neb. I like this because I've always kind of wondered this because I've never had it. Poutine.
Yeah.
Is it as good as it looks?
It's good. It's better than what it looks. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, not everyone digs the look of the poutine, but yeah, it depends on the place where you go. But the best places in Quebec and Montreal, it's definitely worth it, and it's better than what it looks. It's one of my favorite meals. Yeah.
You opt for the Montreal smoked meat poutines?
Yeah, I used to. I was a long time not eating meat, so.
Yeah, nice. Right on.
Yeah, but even the veggie ones, or yeah, they're all. There's so much different kind of poutines, but the smoked meat ones, yeah, I surely have that a couple of years ago, and it's great.
I have actually another Mr. Neb question because I like this one too. So being an animator, what got you into that? Was it a love for drawing originally or something more?
No, it was a love for drawing and just not knowing what I wanted to do else when deciding for a career. Yeah, I started because I drawed a lot when I was younger and at high school. So at first I wanted to do a 3D, which was kind of there was a 3D boom when I went to college. But then after my first year, I saw the result of the 3D shorts that people were making at the end of the year and was like, maybe I need to perfect some things before I do that. So I went for the base, which is drawing more and animating on paper, traditional. And that led to a career in 2D animation, which is all done by computer now, but still I never did 3D after that. So yeah, it's just a love of drawing when I was a kid.
You know what I love when it comes to animation? I'm kind of weirdo. You know, like rubber hose animation, like old school Disney and like Bendy and the Ink Machine kind of stuff like that.
Yeah,
I love that shit. I don't know why.
That's great. There's the show Cuphead, which is
Cuphead. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a video game, but one guy I know, one of my friends, which I worked with back in the days, he did storyboard for that, and he's big into the rubber hose kind of thing. So yeah, there's definitely a crowd for that. It's great.
That's good. I don't know why I love it so much. It's just nostalgia, I guess. I don't know. No idea.
Yeah, it's a classic.
All right, I'm going to throw one last question in there for you from the chat. Mary Jane Lane, and I like this because obviously we do lots of charity drives, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So besides like the charity drive that we're doing tonight, what social cause would you play a benefit show for if you could choose?
Obviously, something to support cancer research, but also multiple sclerosis. Is that how you say that?
Yep.
Yeah, our bass player has it. And back in the days, we did a run of T-shirts to raise money for that. So that's definitely one of the causes that we want to support. But also, since I've had kids, anything relating to helping out kids, sick kids, or, it's really meaningful to us, especially since practically most of the bands has kids nowadays. So yeah, it changes your perspective on everything, and that's the most important thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Twitch chat. Good questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I do have one last question, actually. Being on Thousand Island Records, do you guys get free Thousand Island dressing for lifetime of your contract?
Yeah. They give us T-shirts and stuff now and
No
then.
dressing?
Oh, dressing.
Like the dressing,
Millen?
like salad dressing.
Okay,
Yes,
not
yeah.
okay. Yeah, no salad dressing yet. But
Shit.
yeah, that must be oh yeah, okay, yeah. I didn't know that you knew. Here in Quebec, it's les Milles, which is the
Yes,
translation.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, but I'm looking forward to it.
News to me, you guys are on a label owned by Big Dressing.
Oh shit.
All right.
Nice.
Well, thanks again, chat. Appreciate you very much. Thanks, Gab, for indulging us.
Thank you very much.
I think everybody's ready. Let's
Yes,
dive
sir.
into track 6 here, yeah? This is Plastic
Oh, yeah.
Lives off the new album Fishbowl.
How many more years
there you have it. 6 tracks from Dutch Nuggets. Those were fucking amazing. That one was especially amazing. So much good harmony and melody in that song, Gab.
Thanks, man.
You could tell it made you happy, Timmy.
One of my favorite things in music when is especially, I guess you could call it the recording process, stuff like that, because I'm sure you guys can pull this off live a little bit, but there's so much layering going on of like the vocals on top of each other and just backup vocals, lead vocals, and there's intertwining. And I love that shit. And there was some of that going on with the guitars and the bass at the same time as well. Especially that like the last, I don't know, half to third of the song was just like layer after layer after layer. You just keep peeling it back, peeling it back.
Glad you like it. That's funny because that's one of the only, not one of the only, but the last chorus has so much vocal layers, vocal tracks that we can't do them all live since we're only 3 singing. So we have to choose our fight. You know, we try to arrange things so that it sounds full. But yeah, definitely that one has like 12, 15 vocal tracks at the end. So not
That's
really
what it felt
feasible.
like. And it was beautiful. It was absolutely
Jesus.
fucking beautiful. I loved it.
Thanks, man. We're a bit. I'm a big Beach Boys fan, so that's our take on a punk version of the Beach Boys. Yeah, this is definitely one of the poppiest of the album. There's less weird shit in that one, but at the same time, we tried to go 100% in the melodic side of that track, so that it contrasts a bit more with the rest of the album. But it has its place too, and like you mentioned, it's the last one on the A side of the vinyl, so we thought it was well placed. And a cool thing about Fishbowl as a whole is that all the transitions in the songs were calculated, pretty much. So when that song starts, you can hear some feedback, but it's the feedback from the song previous, which I love too. So those 2 tracks are played live, you know, back to back, just to mimic the album because they just fit so well one after the other. And you can hear, you can hear some telephone mic effect. You know, there was a lot of that effect in No Use for a Name back in the days. You know, the high pass filter. And what's funny is that it's an actual telephone. During that song, I went through Fetch. I built a phone with an old mic.
Oh, that is
Which is
badass.
It's fucking
Yeah.
rad.
With a 1/4-inch jack. That is fucking awesome.
I fucking suck at soldering, but I did my
sucks.
best, and it just works. And when you do the simple inversions, I follow the tutorial, and you can transform the receiver into a mic. So instead of singing like that, when you do the soldering thing, now you sing like that. So I recorded a couple of lines like that. So that's one of the funny bit of that
That's
song.
fucking brilliant. I love it.
It's an actual old telephone.
That's my favorite
Yeah.
stuff ever when you're just like
Yeah.
MacGyvering stuff in the studio.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out a way to make it work. It's so amazing. I remember one of my buddies was recording and they wanted a slide on, but they didn't have one, and they were like, "Oh, Guitar Center's like too far away." Just went out back and broke a beer bottle off and took the neck and was playing all the slide stuff with the beer bottle neck.
Yeah, and it's just fun to know that it's on the album, and that makes some personality, you know, and it gives personality to the songs in the album. And other than that, there's a lot of reverse reverb. You can hear that kind of effect, you know, like at the beginning of the Depeche Mode song, Personal Jesus. There's a something kind of sucking effect that's called reverse reverb, which is a technique that you record something normally and you give it a long trail of reverb, and then in the studio you just take that reverb, you reverse it, and I don't know exactly how it works. I did it, but I don't remember. And when you start to sing, it will take the reversed part and it will make it play before the actual phrases. So it's a kind of ghosty effect.
So
And if you
is that what you did right there before the second verse with the vocals?
yeah, also we have a couple of
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
But you have also it during all the instruments during the first verse. You can hear some kind of
Yeah.
weird effect, and we hit a lot of those kind of things also in the album. So And other than that, we listened to a lot. I listened to a lot of Buddy Jar during the writing of this song. So, you know, those kind of slower paced grooves and melodic. So it was a lot of Buddy Jar influenced riffs in this one.
Yeah, there's another great band I haven't thought about in a while.
Yeah,
I'll go listen to some Body Jar
it's
too.
Long
so good,
fucking
man.
time.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for that one.
That's great.
Well, I was so
Very
glad
fucking
that that was the last song that we did tonight because I am an absolute sucker for like just physical media kind of music as far as either if it's an LP like vinyl record or if it's a cassette because I love trying to like okay that's the start of the album opening track and then trying to figure out the end of the A side, end of the B side, and that was fucking fantastic closer for either A side or B side.
Ah, nice
Like
one.
it was so perfect for what it was. So
Yeah. Sequencing
Thanks.
is absolutely one of the most important things on an album.
Yeah, sure, and that's one of the things that's why we wanted to make an album. You know, nowadays there's different ways of listening to your music, but we're old school and we consider it like a whole piece of art, not just songs by song. So that's one of the challenges we had was that we wanted to make a whole album, but at the same time, when you make a whole album, you want it to be cohesive. So we wanted to have a theme and just be super precise with the sequencing of the album. So that's one of the other part that we worked our asses off in trying to figure out.
Well, it shows you guys did an awesome job.
Yeah.
For sure.
absolutely.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
This
Yeah.
this album is definitely a direct reflection of what you were talking about earlier. How you just want to make things right, when regardless of the amount of time that it takes, it shows in this album for sure.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
That's what counts.
Yeah, and speaking of it being a whole piece of art, and you being a animator artist, are you the one who did all the album art?
No, not on this one. I did
Oh.
the first one. I did some collage in the inside of the booklet. I can show you. I have the vinyl here. The cover was done by Alban Simon, which is a French from Paris. It's a collage artist, and she's super talented. She makes all those collages. We found her on the internet, and we wanted something. I don't have the right word, but not supernatural, but those kind of paintings that don't make sense,
Like
surreal.
surrealism.
surreal. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly what I was thinking of. And yeah, she did that superb album cover, and we're super happy with it. I couldn't do it. If I want to be an old man before this album came out, I would have tried to do it. Yeah, and then there's the gatefold inside. It's apparently it's the first release from Thousand Islands Records that's gatefold, and
Cool.
it cost more, but again we wanted
Worth
to
it.
make it right,
Yeah.
so we paid a part ourselves just to be able to make it. So there's really not many compromises on that album that we did, from the songs to even the visual and everything. So we did it all the way.
And where can people buy that LP if they want the full artistic experience?
Yeah, they can buy it from Thousand Islands Records.
Just straight from the label? Okay.
Yeah, straight from the label. They ship to the US too. There were, with the tariffs, I'm not sure. I think they resumed that, so it should be okay. And people in Europe can buy it from Bearded Punk Records, I think, in the Netherlands or Belgium, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is where you can find this album. We wondered if we were gonna make it on CD too. We've had a couple of people asking us to do the CD version, but it wasn't planned, and yeah, we only did the vinyl one.
That's the tough one nowadays.
Yeah,
It is. I mean, yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
got a CD player in their car anymore.
exactly. Apparently, some people do, but
If it's old
Dude.
enough, like we do, our car's about 13, 14 years old. We still have a CD player in it.
yeah. And what's funny is sometimes I want to listen to the songs to practice before going to practice, because I have a CD player and I can't even burn a fucking CD to
Yeah.
try to in my car, because those are gone too. So
Yeah.
Well, vinyl and cassettes. It's the only way to go for physical media anymore.
yeah.
Well, before we let you go here, Gab, is anything else you would like to plug for the band? Anything you want to promote? Shows coming up? Anything like that?
Yeah, we have a couple of shows coming up for people in Quebec, mostly. We're playing in Sorel on March 20th. And the week after, we're playing with Belvedere and a lot of other great bands from the label for the Thousand Islands Records 10th year anniversary. So both those shows are gonna be great. The month after, on April 18th, we're playing in Trois-Rivières, Three Rivers, with Faster Forward and We Told You So, and maybe some other surprise. That show has been overhauled by another event, so it will be announced soon. And the week after, we'll play in Quebec City with our friends Hated 2 on April 25th. So that's our next shows, and after that we'll see. But we hope to have some other opportunities to play. So we're focusing on the live playing, and we're pretty much all dads now, so we're going smooth.
It's tough. It's tough to get out there.
Yeah, more and more, but we try to keep at it, and after that we'll see if we'll definitely not embark on another LP adventure right after this one, but we'll try to write some stuff, and we already have some semblance of songs for maybe an EP or release singles here and there. Same work ethic. We'll try to
maybe less than 12 years this time.
Yeah, we'll try. I can't promise anything, but for the sake of the band and everyone that follows us, we'll try to come up with something faster than
Stuff this good takes time, Peyton.
I know. I'm just, we live in the age of instant gratification, so
Yeah.
As long as we're still alive in 12 years, we'll be here for your new album.
Hell
So
yeah.
come join us again anytime.
Timmy, only
Please
the good die
survive.
young. You'll be around forever, Tim.
Exactly. I'll only be like 61 at that point, but
No, we'll get some stuff out before that.
That's awesome. So is there anywhere that
look forward to it.
people can keep up with your tour dates and stuff in case they find this later on?
Yeah, they can go to our socials. We have Facebook and Instagram. We'll have probably our tour dates or just a couple of shows we have announced in one block, so people will find it less hard to know when we're playing. And yeah, follow us on the social media. You can view some of our video clips on YouTube. What else? We have a website, www.dutchnuggets.com, where everything is there. So yeah, don't miss a thing. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, if you live in the area, make sure you check out those dates and buy up all the music these guys have available because it's all amazing. Sounds like you can get it on Thousand Island. You can get it on Bandcamp too. Sounds like
Bandcamp. Forgot.
Okay. Awesome. So yeah, check all that out. And again, we are raising money for the Breast Cancer Action Quebec, and those links will be in the video. So please, if you can give, please do that. And hot damn, Gab. Again, I'll say your band is amazing, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Hell yeah.
Dutch
thank you, guys.
Nuggets. Yeah,
Thanks for having me. It was
Standing
a-
ovation.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
It was an honor to meet you guys and just chat with you and everyone who joined on Twitch. It was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate it.
Likewise,
Awesome.
man.
Yeah, we had a blast, and keep ripping.
Thank you so much.
Just let me take a minute or two. Shut my eyes and dream of you.